Once again, when discussing time before the hour, we are going to use menos. So, in our example that's on our lesson guide, we have our clock with the hour hand between the 6 and the 7, and the minute hand is at the 9. Therefore, we are referring to the fact that it is 6:45 in the morning. Informally, we are going to say, son las 7 menos cuarto de la mañana. Formally, since we are saying it is exactly, literally, we are saying it is 6:45, we will say, son las 6:45. Next, we are going to discuss minutes before and after the hour. Keeping in mind that if we are talking about minutes after the hour, those minutes between 1 minute past and 30 minutes, we're going to use E, and anytime 31 minutes up until the next hour, we are going to say menos. Let us look at the next clock that we have. Our hour hand is between the 1 and the 2, and our minute hand is at the 4. We are referring to the fact that it is in the morning, so we are going to say, es la 1:20 de la mañana. That is informally. If we are speaking in the formal context, we are going to say, es la 1:20. Similarly, if we have our hour hand between the 10 and the 11, and our minute hand is at the 11, we are referring to the fact that it is 10:55. Now, you see, in our example on the lesson guide, it tells us that we are talking about 10:55 at night. Informally, we are going to say it is 5 till 11 at night. Son las 11 menos 5 de la noche. However, formally, we are going to say that it is 10:55. Now keep in mind, since we are speaking formally, we are using that 24-hour clock. So we will say, son las 22:55. Therefore, we see that there are two different ways of saying it. We are keeping in mind the fact that we are using that 24-hour clock. So instead of saying 10, we're going to say, son las 22. Next, we are going to discuss telling time between 12:31 and 1:30. These are important times informally because we are going to use the conjugation of the verb ser, es. The reason for that is because since we are saying if we're talking about 12:31, keep in mind that since 31 minutes is past that 30-minute mark, we're talking about the next hour minus some minutes, in this case minus 29 minutes. So if we want to say it is 12:31, informally, we are actually going to say it is 29 minutes till 1 o'clock. Therefore, we will say es la 1:29. In like fashion, because we are saying it is 1:30, we have not passed the 30-minute mark, we will say es la 1:30. Any other time on the clock, we are going to use the conjugation son because we're referring to hours other than 1 o'clock. For example, if we wanted to say it is 12:30, we will say son las 12:30. The reason for that is because since we haven't passed that 30-minute mark, we're still talking about it is 12:30, or it is half past 12. If we are saying that it is 1:31, since we passed that 30-minute mark, we need to refer to the next hour. And so we will say son las 2:29. Finally, if we want to discuss at what time a particular event occurs, we will use the preposition a. Remember, we're using the conjugation ser, the conjugation of the verb ser, when we're talking about it is such and such time. But if I'm asking you at what time does an event occur, we will use the preposition a. For example, at what time is the Spanish class? In Spanish, we will ask, ¿a qué hora es la clase de español. When we respond, if we wanted to say at 8 a.m., we will say a las 8 de la mañana. Notice, because I'm asking at what time does a specific event occur, I am using that preposition a. In the next video, we will discuss other time expressions as well as los días de la semana.